It's working already. Wow. Hello. Hello to you too. Okay. As all of you know, the quality and testing in particular, it's all about the user expectations meets the actual result or actual reality. So I had a few issues about this keynote. First of all, I have an inner fear of public speaking. It's like genetic, thanks to 23andMe to letting me know, but it's not helping at all. The first, that's the second. The first, this is my first talk in English, so sorry, it's all affect the speech. And the third one, it's all about the PR process in our company. And we have the strong PR policy. They approve all the keynotes and they didn't approve it all. So I had to delete a big amount of slides, but I keep the important ones. So as your expectations now low, we can continue to the topic. Yeah, I will told you a story about one project with code name Firebird, and the story is simple, a similar one from one company to another. I have worked a lot amount of companies as a QA manager, so I'm Anastasia Bobeleva. In Cyprus, they spell my name right because it's Greek. And I'm a serial QA manager. Oh, that sounds not so great, but sorry, we'll continue. Yeah, about the project. That's what Midjourney thinks about our project. It's called complexity, a huge graph with affected areas and so on. Thanks Midjourney. We had similar problems. We need to update our test cases, I mean manual test cases. Let's speak about the big elephant in the room because, you know, everyone loves to automate, but nobody loves to talk about manual test cases. But in every project, I've seen that worth an amount of manual test cases because, sorry, we cannot automate everything in reasonable time. So, and in this projects, in these companies, there are also so-called manual QAs. Do you guys have it? Of course. No, you're lucky. And when we compose our test runs and our test cases, it's also about to take the automated test runs and so manual test runs, and also from our beta testers. So it's like strange job to just combine it into one pipeline. And it's also difficult to measure the coverage when everything tests in different locations, keeping and there are not actual, we don't have a single point of truth. So it was like, I don't know, not very, I would say, it's not very consistent. And the coverage we had, it's also looks like a set of the pieces. It's not good. But in this time, we had this good engineering culture in the development team. We had good engineering culture in IQA team, but the manual tests and manual testers were struggling, and it's not, healthy atmosphere after all in the team. And we had this automation gap between the actual checklists from the start when the feature was born and the end after the feature was maybe ready, but not ready. Definitely not ready. They start to automate the checklist and test cases from manual QA. So I don't think that's a Project Firebird. It's more about Project Firedog, but it's not side good. So it was like not pretty good atmosphere, not pretty good state, but everywhere it's all set of manual test cases that are handled somewhere else. It may be linked to actual automated tests in the code by code ID. It also takes a lot of time and takes a lot of efforts and maintenance these links. So we decided to use as proof the simple idea. When we have everything in the code, like infrastructure in the code, configuration in the code, and also documentation in the code, why we should keep this manual test apart. So after all, we decided to teach our manual QAs just to open the file in the version control system, and we use the annotations from, okay, we had a cheat code. We had a friendly team of Allure desktops meta software, but it can be implicated and can be implemented as well by the plugins, as well by you know, just a plugin to IntelliJ IDEA, or, you know, just your Git. So let me start. Yeah, the manual QA, the previous one, now they're not manual, they're just QA engineers, just added steps to this test using the English language. This is Kotlin. I'm not a Kotlin native speaker, but that actually I can read English better than I can speak, but that's understandable. That's also understandable to our product managers, to all the team, even designers. They want to know what we should test. So after all, that was previous version. The second one, this test was rewritten by the actual developer. It may be developer, QA, so on, doesn't matter, because everything in the one monorepo, in one version control system. So anyone in the team can just automate it. It's simple because when you have time, when it's your responsibility area, you can just don't wait to automate it by separate team or someone like not you. So it's easier when and it's easier to maintain. It's easier to review, because in TMS and regional TMS, the review of tests, the review of test cases, it's not supported well. So when we have a mechanism of a code review, it's silly not to use it. So it's just simple, and it's English. We have like 10 languages for now in our project because it's a big one. It's 20-year legacy. We had Perl, but actually we implemented them all. This is a small piece of test the code. Someone call it also test the text and so on. But you can implement in your project if you had manual test cases. Just you see, we use the Allure annotations. You can create your annotations. It's not a big deal. And when the test is automated, we just remove the manual part. So about the system, a big cheat code. Yeah, that's Allure. For the record, these guys actually didn't pay me. Instead, I paid them for the license. So it will be no promo, but I actually like it. As you've seen, this is our steps from our scenario. When we can see in the human language, it's understandable, and someone in your team, like a product manager or someone like that, can easily accept them and understood what's wrong what was right, what about this test, and so on. And you see, we have these annotations for all of it. Like we can mark down all of these cases in our code base, in our test base, and mark down it like epic feature, link them to our tracker system. And this actually will be fully supported in the user interface. So when I thought about the launches, when the manual cases launches separately, I think it's just not good because we need to wait the result. We need to check the result apart from the actual launch from our test code. So we have this, I would say, synthetic coverage when we have all the tests in the project together, and even our beta testers. So it's like more manual, but it's more actually ad hoc and useful in this way. But all our other we are automate, and it's easy to see when the some actual steps, actual results is wrong, broken, and so on. It's just one tool, but it was a proof of concept. We have like 10, no, we have like more than tens of thousands test cases. It's just one piece, it's just one project. It's about mobile SDK, is about advertising, online advertising. And it was easy to us to just import them from our previous report to this previous report, and our manual test cases from all TMS just to code. So we just wrote the plugin. And so for me as a manager, when I see this one, I need to see the coverage. I need the team working together. It's useful dashboard when I can see what the part, what the actual track of automation going through all the team. And now we have actually a team of QA engineers who wrote the code, who check in all the code reviews, who doesn't feel uncomfortable with that. And actually, it's pretty faster. So when someone just starting the feature, the QA engineer in the team just starting the steps, so we can just automate it through the development. And a few benefits. The code, not the UI, not the the documentation, so on, some checklist is a single point of truth. So I can just check to another branch if something is wrong, and I can easily see the deleted files because everything is kept under VSC. And I also can see the names of the persons who was involved in this project. And it easily automation couple, but sometimes self-documented. It has a links from the code to actual storage feature, attachments, results, even design tasks. And we don't need anymore to just maintain this TMS, this manual test cases. It's going by yourself. So it's a simple idea, and it's not mine. Sorry. The first article about it was published like 5 years ago, but the author is unknown. We have in our industry 2 ambassadors of this approach. It's Sergei Pirogov from Ukraine. It's Yeroshenko Artem from St. Petersburg. You can check on Kilometer.io the actual tooling, but I want to say the JetBrains just published, okay, not just, last year published an actual pack, the set of QA tools, and here's a test manager plugin. They call it implementation of test as text approach, but it's also pretty simple, have a different view, but also solve the same problems. I think that's the future. We have our proof of concept, so we will go on. And I don't know, is it useful for you? But for me, it definitely was. Thank you.